Disney, just stop already. You're embarrassing yourselves. Greetings, my excellent friends. The Dead Monk welcomes you to Purgatory. And now that Disney has all those Fox IPs, well, they're getting set to ruin more of it. Two more we heard of today, or at least I heard of today. First, Disney planning to reboot the Die Hard franchise. Why, Disney? Why? Look, Die Hard is Bruce Willis. Without Bruce Willis, you don't have Die Hard. Let's not even say that. From what I've heard, the Die Hard movies, I mean not all of them, but the last 2, 3, were really just scripts for something else, and the studio got a hold of it and said, you know what, let's just slap the name Die Hard on this and put Bruce Willis in it. Pretend it's a Die Hard movie. Which would explain a lot. The last couple ones were just absolutely awful. Alright, but let's see. Let's see what We Got This Covered has to say about this. Yes, Die Hard is one of the best Christmas movies ever. Agreed. It's also one of the best action blockbusters to date, and yes, John McClane is a total badass. Alright, that's fine. As we've mentioned before, while Disney's acquisition of 21st Century Fox was undoubtedly a win for the company, it looks like some of the franchises that are now under the House of Mouse's control have proven to be a bit problematic. We've heard the poor box office performance of Doc Phoenix didn't exactly inspire confidence in future X-Men movies, for instance. Well, everybody knew that was going to suck before it came out. Still, Disney now has creative control over a handful of properties that have been lying dormant for some time, for good reason. Die Hard's done. Including Die Hard, whilst the first 4 films in the series are generally well regarded. I disagree. Die Hard 4? No. Crap. The original to this day remains popular, especially around the holiday season. Well, yeah, I'll watch it every Christmas. 2013's A Good Day to Die Hard wasn't as well liked, and ever since there's been little in the way of a new entry. Here's one of the big problems. John McClane is just some schlubby cop that just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. I mean, then he saves the day. Yeah, okay. That was what the first one was. And then the second one, the stakes were a little bigger. Instead of just a building, it was an airport. And then you had Die Hard 3. Well, the whole city's under siege, so he's kind of saving the whole city, New York. Die Hard 4, though, there's no reason for it to be him, and he has to save the whole country. No, it's silly. He's just a cop. Die Hard 5, he's, saving the whole world from nuclear war? It's ridiculous. That's the problem. Alright, anyway, let's see. If they made another Die Hard movie with Bruce Willis, and the stakes were small, at least relatively small, like they are in the original, maybe you could have a decent movie about that. Thankfully then, we're now hearing that Disney is planning to reboot the franchise entirely. What do you mean thankfully? Why are you thankful for that? Do you really think Disney is capable of making a decent movie about Die Hard? It's Disney, it's going to be a PG-13 movie, it's going to be trash. As a result, McClane, a 6th film which was to serve as a prequel and origin story, oh my... Fox, you really were going to do that? Oh. But McClane has been scrapped, and instead the team heading up this new project will be resetting the clock on the series. What's the difference? You do a remake of Die Hard, or you instead make McClane an origin story, a prequel. What's the difference? They're both gonna suck. Personally, we wouldn't mind if Disney got into the world of more intense, gritty action movies. Yeah, neither would I, but they're not gonna make a good, gritty, R-rated action movie. Even if it means that Bruce Willis won't be reprising one of his more iconic roles. From what we understand, this new take will focus on a younger McClane, but it'll be an entirely new project, not related to the Fox prequel that was in development. And before you cast doubt on this report, remember that this is the same source. Yeah. Alright, Aladdin, Ghostbusters. Of course, we'll be sure to keep you up. Yeah, okay. Why are you excited about this? No, this is terrible. This is terrible news. It's just Disney being creatively bankrupt some more. I've said in another video, they're like electronic arts. They just buy up IPs, buy up other companies, buy up IPs, run them into the ground, toss them aside. There's no need for another Die Hard movie. Just watch the first 3 and be done. Make something new, Disney. Have new ideas. Maybe you have some people in your company that are capable of coming up with new ideas. Maybe you don't. If you don't, hire some people that can actually have an imagination and can make something new. Alright, so it's not just Die Hard. We also have Disney to reboot Alien franchise. Ridley Scott may produce. Like Die Hard, Alien is done. The last 2 movies were absolute rubbish. Alien 4, it's just cheesy, silly nonsense. But it's fine. But Prometheus and Alien Covenant, those are terrible. But yeah, Alien's done. You don't need to remake Alien. It doesn't matter if Ridley Scott's producing. Won't make a difference. It'll be terrible. Again, Disney makes something new. The Alien franchise is in a mess, yeah. Despite being some of the best science fiction horror films of all time, and featuring an all-time iconic movie monster, the series' mythology has disappeared up its own arse. Yeah. And that was because of Ridley Scott, so what does it matter if Ridley Scott may produce? The rot arguably began way back in 1992's Alien 3, with each subsequent film getting a little worse. You know, Alien 3 is fine. I mean, especially if you compare it to Prometheus and Alien Convent. Alien 3, yeah, it's fine. Then came Prometheus and Alien... Oh, you're not going to mention Alien 4? Then came Prometheus and Alien Covenant, which threw a load of confusing and pretentious pseudo-philosophy into the creature's origin story. Yeah, complete nonsense. Audiences were nonplussed, resulting in Covenant flopping and the franchise being on ice ever since, which it should be. Don't reboot Alien. If you want, make more silly movies that have them in there, like not that it's good, but you have those Alien vs. Predator movies. It's just silly. The first one's actually watchable. The second one's no. Alien vs. Predator 2, no, please don't ever watch that. You'll regret it immensely. But Alien vs. Predator, the first one, it's not good, but it's watchable. But yeah, come up with some silly idea like that, just something new where you can use the aliens. Don't try to remake it, it's not gonna be good. Now, Disney, having purchased the Alien IP as a part of their merger with Fox, plans to perform an Alien... they plan to perform an Alien Resurrection. That was Alien 4. We're hearing from all sources, the same ones who revealed that an Aladdin sequel was happening, which was confirmed this week, that they're poised to reboot several high-profile franchises that they acquired from Fox, with Alien being the biggest. Yeah. We already know that, and Die Hard. So, what could this new version of the property consist of? Well, the obvious route would be to start off with the basics and do a loose remake of 1979's Alien. Of course. And you left out some words there. A loose remake? No. A rubbish, soulless, creatively bankrupt, unimaginative piece of shit remake. Thing is, that film is such a classic, and its excellent production design and practical effects mean it hasn't aged poorly. Well, even if it had aged poorly, that doesn't mean remaking it is going to give you a good movie. Perhaps the best thing to do then might be to pull the same trick that Blumhouse did with Halloween and make a sequel to the first film that discounts everything that followed. Well, for the longest time, there'd been rumors about doing a new Alien movie that was going to ignore everything after Aliens. Which is, I haven't seen well, it's not a remake. I haven't seen the new Halloween movie. I believe that did the same thing. It takes Halloween and Halloween 2 and ignores everything else. I think they included Halloween 2. But anyway. So yeah, there was talk about that for a long time. And honestly, if they did that, it wouldn't be the end of the world. Yeah, ignore Alien 3, Alien 4, Prometheus, Alien Covenant. Ignore all that and make a sequel to Aliens. Yeah, okay. If they did that, there's a slight chance that Disney could do that without completely arsing it up. It's a tactic that lets Disney claim they're respecting the history of the franchise while giving them a blank sheet to go forward with. Plus, they'd even still have Ellen Ripley floating around in cryosleep somewhere in-universe. Well, that's the thing. If you were going to go that route, and just took the events of Alien and Aliens and ignored everything else and made a sequel, you have to use Sigourney Weaver. Just like Bruce Willis is Die Hard, Sigourney Weaver is Alien. One thing we've also heard is that Ridley Scott may oversee the reboot as a producer. Again, so what? After his last 2 Alien movies, Disney might have cold feet about giving him much input into script and plotting. Yeah. But Scott's a master of production design and atmosphere. Yeah, he's good at that stuff. Tell you what, give it to Rian Johnson. Why not? Or Jar Jar Abrams, one of those 2 hacks. Well, that's true. Jar Jar Abrams, he's gone now. He's off screwing up DC. So yeah, give it to Rian Johnson. Oh, I can't wait to see an Alien movie made by Rian. Be fantastic. We also know that Disney isn't planning to sand the edges off the franchise, with Bob Iger committed to maintaining an R rating. It's Disney, it'll be a soft R. It might be a while before we get any concrete... Yeah, okay. So, Die Hard, I don't think there's really any feasible way Disney could make a decent Die Hard movie. And to go and reboot the series, remake it, whatever. No, that's just stupid. It won't work without Bruce Willis. And Bruce Willis, he's getting pretty old. Alien, same problem. You try to go and reboot, remake, whatever. No, it's going to be rubbish. But as I said, slight chance you could make a decent movie if you do go the route of taking Alien and Aliens and ignoring everything after that. The guy that did District 9, so I think he, for a while, had something in place where he's going to make a sequel to Aliens, but then Ridley Scott got in the way and blocked that. I believe that's the only reason Prometheus and Alien Covenant even came out. Ridley Scott was just upset that somebody else was going to make an Alien movie. I don't remember. It was something like that. Anything would have been better than Prometheus and Alien Covenant. So is Disney more mindless, unimaginative trash from Disney? Go ahead, Disney. Just piss on everything that you bought from Fox. Well, that's it for now. If you made it this far, please consider liking or subscribing. And don't be unimaginative hacks like Disney. Instead, be excellent to each other. Farewell.